Guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Witch's Moon May 2020 box. Yay! I'm so excited. Wow, you guys are gonna flip. So let's dive in. This month's box is called Earth Magic of Smoke and Soil. We thoroughly strive to realize and resonate with the knowledge and wisdom that is found in the deep and magical histories of our ancestors and cultures from around the world. Although many teachings hold metaphors and provide symbols that share secrets, much of the magic from the past was sustained through the smoke and soil. Blessed with the pure and simple forms of nature, as we continue to travel through more technologically advanced years, witches in all forms dig their heels into the soils, grasses, and roots around the world. In this exclusive collection, with items that have been created over the course of over 12 moon cycles, we work to connect with these raw, real, and inspired sources by providing tools that some of our eldest ancestors have relied upon to bring their intentions to true manifestations. Join us during a time where we stand together and take control of the living and breathing energies that are blessed to those that realize and respect them. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so check this out. It's a hand-carved and stained marble, mortar, and pestle. This marble, mortar, and pestle have been created exclusively for this very collection, painstakingly hand-carved and stained. Oh my gosh. Carved throughout the rim of this very unique piece are symbols inspired by the Futhark runes, placed to bring visualization to each magical blend you create within its opening. On each end of this mortar and pestle is carved the sacred spiral, a reminder of the continual progression of growth and expansion that is promised through magical workings of any kind. So it does talk about, you know, when you use this mortar and pestle, which let me bring this up so you guys could just like check it out. It's freaking cool. And of course there's the Loki fur in here, because when is there not a Loki? But they said to just use this for when you make your resins and, you know, your incense and stuff like that, and not really for tea or anything that you're going to ingest, just because it is roughly carved, so it's not treated in any way. So of course when you're grinding this down, pieces are, well, I mean, you're probably going to get like little bits and pieces of marble, and you probably don't want to ingest marble. So I understand why they say just to make sure that your incense is used in here instead of tea blends. So this is fantastic, and of course it's rather hefty because it's marble. But yeah, I was like, what? Why is this box so heavy? And I have I have two mortars and pestles. One is made of wood, obviously for my lighter tea blends that don't require a bunch of grinding, more like mixing. And then I have one that is with treated marble, so it's coated so that I don't get pieces of marble inside of me. But I'm digging the shape. To me, very feminine, receiving, things like that. So that's freaking awesome. Like, what? Like a mortar and pestle in my box. What? And of course they have a plethora of extra information, you know, in the pages that they include within their boxes. But they also have this over here, which is a home blessing, purification, prosperity, and protection mortar and pestle book of shadows artwork. It says that this was exclusively created for this collection by A.E. Alden to bring purification, prosperity, and protection into your home. They've included all of the ingredients for this powdered blend so that you may quickly become familiar with your new mortar and pestle. So let's take a look at this. So cool. I love A.E. Alden's artwork, by the way. I have kept all of it. So, with this one, you know, I do have like a little notebook where I keep like my personal blends and like oil blends and tea blends and all different kinds of witchy stuff. So I am going to place that in there. And then they said that they also have all of the ingredients so that you could get started right away in getting to know your mortar and pestle. So they have frankincense. So obviously this is more in the powdered form instead of the resin form. Benzoin gum. They have clove and they have lavender. So let's see, in here it says that the benzoin gum, one of the most common bases to use for creating incense, it sets the tone to assist in purifying your sacred space. It's also known as gum benjamin. Benzoin comes from a rainforest tree and is classified as a balsamic resin. It also, for all of these, gives you the gender association, planetary connection, elemental connection, magical properties, so on and so forth. So let's see, for clove, clove is known for its ability to drive away unwanted energies or spirits. Frankincense powder, an extremely uplifting addition to any incense blend. Frankincense is a must to have in any witch's cabinet. Of course, I use a lot of frankincense. You know, I've never actually used benzoin. I have some, but I think I've just always just put kind of like a dry blend together, but without any. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna, you know, I'm gonna work with it for the first time. So that's kind of cool. Lavender I have worked with, of course, before, and clove. But it says lavender is a common and necessary ingredient to add to almost any blend as it carries so many benefits. A wonderfully fragrant plant, lavender is a great enhancer of happiness, promoting a sense of calm and sureness during times of distress or paranoia. So this is so cool. I can't wait to get started on using my brand new mortar and pestle for making incense blends. This is so cool. Then we also have the Earthly Easement Book of Shadows reference artwork. So it says they've included a wonderful Book of Shadows reference page for Earthly Easement, bringing attention to the characteristics of the earth element. Created by E. Alden in times of turmoil, the element of earth provides stabilizing, strengthening, and structured energies useful for overcoming obstacle of the seemingly mundane, although absolutely vital for overall well-being. Whether livelihood, health, home, or family, the element of earth nourishes our ability to flourish and prosper. So another beautiful piece of artwork, a useful, not only beautiful, but also useful, lots of information in here. So I love this. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love it so much. Next, we have this large hand-rolled and anointed Creatrix spell candle with power sigil. Oh my goodness. So it says they've hand-rolled and anointed this large spell candle with the intention of bringing you inspiration through strength and courage during times of creation. It is vital that we work to be aware and conscious of our overwhelming abilities. Take your time to resonate with this power and work with these energies while you create magic in your daily practice. It says the sigil that accompanies this candle was created by G. Ibis with the writing by A.E. Alden. I am the creator. I am capable, as above, so below. And it gives a little bit more about how you can work with these two together. I will say that the candle smells earthy and awesome. It's also got little bits and pieces of something else that I'm going to show you in a second. But look how massive this is. This is so cool. I love candles of all, sizes, kind of depending on like what type of spell you're doing. Sometimes I want my candles a little smaller so that they burn quicker or more quickly, but I think this is great, and I love that it's in a brown color, as I do not have too many brown candles, but there are spells that require that color, so it's nice to have. And then check out this power sigil. This is so cool. Actually, feels like it should be that way up. Yeah. How cool is that? All right, next we have the Danu Magical Anointing Oil. It says they've created this oil with the intention of nurturing your energy with motherly and fruitful abundance. One of the most ancient Celtic goddesses, Danu was one of the most powerful resemblances of the earth goddess, holding within her the attributes and energies of inspiration and intellect. It says they have enchanted this with vanilla, jasmine, cedar, sandalwood, and chamomile oils, and they've included oak, elderflower, and birch bark as well inside. There's also Lemurian quartz in here, and a little bit of their of land and sea magical oil from their personal cabinet of witchery. So let's take a look-ski at this. And of course, very herbally looking in there. Very awesome. Let me give it a sniff. And Wally's here. It smells really sweet, actually. Kind of like a really, really sweet spring smell. So I like that. I dig it. That definitely goes along with our changing of season here. Whether you're in the north or the south, this is like that sweet, sweet change, the smell of change. So that's pretty cool. And we also have Earth Medicine Sacred Salt. This Earth Medicine Sacred Salt was created with the intention of connecting with our roots and capturing the essence of earthly blessings. As we soak in these ingredients, allow them to overwhelm you with a sense of calm and tranquility. Know that you are capable of connecting with the spirits of nature and are here to aid and accompany you on your path. And they have a little bit more about it, but let's see. Inside they have cedar, green tea, and jasmine oils, as well as oak, elderflower, ground sage, and chamomile herbs, and a special mixture of their earth medicine magical oil from their personal cabinet of witchery. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Looks like it overfloweth, which is awesome. I mean, no complaints out of me. Ooh. I mean, I'm a little ways away from the camera, but I could already smell it from here. It is pungent in an awesome way. Oh, that smells so good. You know what it kind of smells like? Okay, so my grandparents had a house up in Ridgecrest in the desert. It smells like summer in the desert, but like my grandmother also just finished getting ready, so it kind of smells like her very she had like earthy smelling perfumes, so kind of like a lemony. I don't think it said there's lemon, but it's got that kind of like fruity but not like super sweet, but like, I don't know, like earthy perfume, fresh out of the shower, but also it's summer in the desert. Wow, that's very specific. But hey, that's what these scents bring up for me, and that's great. Their scents can do that. And it's always interesting, what other people who get these subscription boxes, like the Witch's Moon, and it's like, what memories are evoked because of their blends. I tell you, these people are magical. They're definitely magical. So I said there was a reason that there was like some bits and pieces of some herb on this candle, and that's because it came from this. This is an extra large sage brush stick. This large and fragrant sage brush stick has been hand wrapped and wildcrafted from the deserts of New Mexico. A wonderful earthly tool to cleanse and bring purifying energies into your space. This sage brush stick is a great tool to have in hand before and after your ritual or meditation practices. And talks a little bit about it. So in my area where I live, here in East County, San Diego, we have a lot of sage, and especially when it starts to heat up around here, it's already been heating up, you can just smell the sage, and actually there's other herbs and stuff that kind of grow kind of wild in this area, and it just smells so good in summertime. But yeah, we have a ton of sage here where I live, so this is freaking awesome. And I love how it smells. It smells so good. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to save this for something really special, because I don't just like burn my herbs and my smudge sticks like all willy-nilly. It has to be like really special. Like I'm really sitting down to do something, you know? Next we have the Earth Smoke Ritual Incense Sticks. This powerful incense was included within this collection to be burned during times of uncertainty. And it gives a little bit about like uses for it and everything. And I love the pages that they include within their boxes, you know, because it does give you quite a bit of information and information that you can definitely include in your Book of Shadows. And it says it does have notes of frankincense in here, which is awesome. Like I said, I like to work with frankincense, so I'm super happy. Obviously, I didn't open it yet just because well, I wanted to keep it in its pretty package for you guys while I do this review. And next we have a Tumbled Serpentine stone. Although a very common stone, serpentine is anything but normal and ordinary. Carried within this beautiful crystal lies the history and knowledge of the great earth, and is said to hold her DNA in its energy. Place the stone on a Gaia or earthly altar, or carry with you to keep you grounded and aware. And what I thought was so cool is that before I received this box, which was at the end of last week, I have been carrying a serpentine stone in my pocket. And I've just been really called to having that energy around me. I do have a few pieces of serpentine. I don't have a lot of pieces. I have one large piece and I have like one smaller piece. So this will be like my third little piece of serpentine, but I've really felt like genuinely like I need this energy in my life right now. So the fact that this showed up in my subscription box, I'm like, you homies at the Witch's Moon are freaking awesome sauce. I don't know. You guys are tapping into our brains, into our energies. It's so cool. And then, oh my gosh, there is a set of 4 exclusive poisonous herbal grimoire pages. It says they're thrilled to be including a set of 5 herbal grimoire pages within this box for this very collection. I say 5 because we had the 4 here, but we also had this over here, and well technically, I mean, I guess we have like 6 pages that could be added to our grimoires. But it says these wonderful reference pages will not be available for purchase on our moon market and are exclusive to this very set of items. The artwork and information is by A.E. Alden, again, in love with that person's artwork. We have Hemlock, promoting astral travel and banishing. Henbane, able to invoke spirits of the dead. Wormwood, used for summoning spirits or calling upon the dead. And Hellebore, acts as a portal to the other world. That is my jam. You guys know, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I'm always working with spirit. I'm always working in the other dimensions. So that's so cool. And I have a book, Cunningham's Herbal encyclopedia, that I've been keeping pages like this inside. But of course, you know, you can place it on your altar, you can put it in a frame and hang it up on your wall and kind of switch them out depending on the energy that you're calling upon for that month or that week, or depending on the spell that you're doing. There's several ways that you could use this artwork, so don't feel like you just have to tuck it away in your Book of Shadows or, you know, place it in a book, but you can also put it where you can see, you know, so that you have that visual to kind of keep you in that energy. And for me, I have a little green witchy heart, so I'm always calling on my plant allies to help keep me focused in the energy that I need to be in. So this is super cool. Yes. All right, lastly, they have a personalized oracle reading. They've meditated and selected a card from the Gaia Oracle Guidance, Affirmations, and Transformations deck by Tony Carmine Salerno to place inside this box. So that's something that I really enjoy about the Witch's Moon. You know, they also create the Witch's Bounty and the Witch's Roots box, but they always include a card inside. And the fact that they sit and meditate with, you know, the box before it goes out to whoever it goes out to, and not just like, let's quickly throw some stuff together, you know, and then send it out. That there's intention, and you can tell, like with all these wonderful items, like hand wrapping, you know, the smudge stick, and you know, wild crafting it, and just like, and then rolling, oh my gosh, the candles are hand rolled, like everything is by hand. And there's tons of intention behind it. And you know, and then pulling a card for us, it's just something that I really love. And I feel like you know, that you really are working with a coven of your friends, you know, a coven of other witches. And that's why I really appreciate this box. And that's why I like doing these reviews, because I want you guys to see that, you know, there are people out there who do some really great work. There are people on Etsy, there are other like independent, you know, business owners, small business owners. And I say support them if you can, because they're putting their heart and soul into their products. And it's not just, you know, slapping together something cheap to make a quick dollar. I've been with them for years now because of the quality and the magic, you know, that they put in their boxes. Oh, I'm getting so emotional. I can't believe, you know, oh my goodness. But yeah, this really, it's a very poignant message. So thank you, Witch's Moon. And also the Witch's Moon includes a piece of blank parchment paper so that you can write down your intentions for the month. You can do a spell, whatever you want to do it with, but it's nice to have some nice paper to do it on. So I bust out, you know, my quill pen and like the cool inks so I can write down my stuff and make it all fancy schmancy and, you know, really impart some magic into it. So I do appreciate the fancy paper. All right, you guys, that was everything in this month's Witch's Moon box, May 2020. This is the Earth Magic of Smoke and Soil themed box, and I can't wait to start utilizing these things. I like to make my review video right away so that I could start using things as soon as possible. I don't like these magical tools to just sit around. You know, I want to start incorporating things into my practice. So, and I have been doing a lot more earthy type spells probably for the past few weeks. So this is, you know, again, coming at a perfect time. So, you know, I hope that this helps to maybe give you ideas for things that you could do in your own practice. You know, but also if you have the means and you can subscribe to the Witch's Moon, I say go ahead and do so, because they are a wonderful group of witches who's putting out some great tools for us to utilize and incorporate in our practice. But do remember that you don't have to buy beautiful tools like this in order to be considered a witch. You're a witch because in your heart, you know that you are of the earth, you work with the energies of the earth, and you work with your environment. Everything is around you. A witch utilizes his or her environment in order to manifest whatever it is that they are trying to do. So like I said, you don't need fancy things, but if it's feasible in your life, you know, I say go with the Witch's Moon. But they also have two other subscription boxes. You know, they have the Bounty box and they have the Roots box. And the Roots box is really good for those of you that are super into the plant allies and things like that. So definitely check it out. I'll put all the links down below too if you guys are interested. And that's it for me, spiritual homies. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And maybe 2 toes too. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, ding ding ding, for more videos just like this. And don't forget to click subscribe, as I have tons and tons of videos for you guys. Check out my playlist too. There might be stuff that you didn't even know I made. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. I have tons of different types of readings depending on what fits your style most. I have my salves, I have my room and body sprays. I'm all sold out of my witch kits, but I did put a question out on Instagram of what people want to see next in my shop, you know, like different types of witch kits or something else. So I have some ideas of brewing. So expect to see something next month, some new stuff in my shop. I think I only have one of my handmade bracelets left, but I do make, you know, tons of gorgeous magical bracelet. So definitely check it out. And I also have my Wally's World Oracle, which was community created and community funded. So there's my little Wally Walito. Ah. So definitely check it out. This definitely goes with the earth theme here, very earthy, because everywhere in here is a magical spiritual place too. People from all over the globe, not necessarily something you might find in a travel brochure, but the earth is full of magical places, and no travel brochure could include all of them, but there are a good number of them in here. So definitely check this out. And if you want to throw a little love my way, then maybe join that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot. We have tons of fun stuff over there. We have crystal goodness, we have our fun witchy live chats, we have weekly channeled messages, we got all kinds of stuff, so definitely go check it out there. And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, which is actually on my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com, I hit your inbox once a month. That's it. I don't spam you with like promotions or anything like that. It's once a month. It's a newsletter with like my witchy DIYs or arts and crafts DIYs, decks that I'm using, crystals that I'm using, teas that I'm drinking, other YouTube channels that I'm getting a kick out of, you know, and I'm just trying to share the love. So if that interests you, then hey, sign up and it's free. So that's it. All right. So I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.